Hi there, it's Gabriel here, SEO Manager at Hike SEO, and in this video we'll be talking about WebP Images for SEO. So what you'll learn in this video is what WebP Images actually are, the benefits of them for your SEO, as well as how to actually use and implement them on your website. And then we'll learn about how to test the implementation to make sure that it's actually speeding up your site and making sure that it's working. And then we'll go through some related topics around WebP Images and finish up with some FAQs. All right, let's dive in. So what are WebP Images? Basically, it's a modern image format developed by Google themselves. So this is obviously going to be great for SEO because they obviously are the leading search engine out there. So they're going to make it optimized for their search engines. So it offers image compression while maintaining quality at the same time, and that's what we want. And it supports both lossy and lossless compression. It's compatible with transparency, so it has an alpha channel, and animation as well. So it fits a wide range of types of still images and media, which is really great. And it also is used by web developers and designers, so it has a great adoption rate as well. So what are some of the benefits of using WebP Images specifically for SEO? So obviously it leads to faster page loading speeds. It's smaller in file size compared to images like JPEG or PNG formats, and that makes it basically reduces the page load times, which is a key ranking factor in SEO. It also improves mobile performance because the smaller image sizes enhances performance on mobile devices, especially if you have a slower network. And that improves user experience and rankings in mobile search results, especially the fact that Google and many other search engines are mobile first indexing. So they always check the mobile version performance first, then the desktop version. Next, it reduces the bandwidth usage. Lower image file size obviously lowers the amount of data that needs to be transferred from the server to the browser, and that can lead to faster loading, especially for users on much slower connections like 3G networks. It also leads to enhanced user experience because the faster loading pages with the high quality images, that reduces the bounce rate. So someone lands on a page, they're less likely to leave because they don't have to wait that long. And that improves the dwell time, so the time on page, and that all of these signals are positive signals for SEO and helps to rank more highly. Google preference, obviously because it's developed by Google, it aligns with its emphasis on speed and optimization, and therefore indirectly supports the better rankings for your website. And it also has support for modern features. So transparency, which is why we use PNG images, although PNGs are quite large, and animation, because these days we use a lot of animations on websites, but it's also quite lightweight, and that means it doesn't compromise the performance while maintaining the great visual quality. So how do you use WebP Images on your site? Well, step one is to convert your images to WebP format. And so you can use tools such as Image Magic. It's a command line utility for bulk conversions, or you can use Photoshop plugins if you use Photoshop. If you use other image editing softwares, I'm sure they have WebP conversion plugins as well. So you can save directly as WebP. And online tools like Convertio, Cloud Convert, or many others out there, you can just do a quick Google search. Step two is to implement the WebP images on your site. Now, if you use a modern CMS, a content management system like WordPress or Squarespace or Wix or Canva, other website management systems, then you can obviously use those to upload directly. You don't really need to do any code, but if you do use code, you can use the picture element for fallback support. So you can use this little snippet there and just replace the file names there where they're hosted. Step 2, as well, you can enable lazy loading. And this is basically allowing the browser to load the images later, so it speeds up the load time, and that really helps with all of that. And then you can integrate with a content delivery network like Cloudflare, and these services automatically convert images to WebP conversion format, and that speeds it up as well. So there's many different ways how to implement it. It really depends on what platform you're using, what system that you have on your site. So now once you've implemented, let's test to see how it works, shall we? So some of the key tools you can use is the Google Page Speed Insights, and you can analyze the load times and the impact of the WebP images on your site. And then you can use also GTmetrix, which is a great tool, and Web Page Test. And these provide detailed performance breakdowns, including a waterfall diagram where you can see images and files load and how long each one takes and all of that. So what do you actually need to monitor in some of these tools? Well, you want to look at the page speed improvements after the implementation has taken place, and then the browser compatibility and fallback accuracy. So if a browser needs to load a JPEG because maybe it's an old version or it's a version that doesn't support WebP for some reason, then it needs to obviously be able to fall back to a different file type. And then also user engagement metrics, which is really important for SEO, the bounce rates, the session duration, things like that. So here are some related topics to WebP images. So firstly, browser compatibility, we just mentioned that earlier, but make sure that it's basically WebP is supported by major browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Opera, Safari, 14 Plus, and many others out there. But make sure you also have fallback formats for unsupported browsers. There's many other browsers out there that may not support WebP, so make sure you do fall back on PNGs or JPEGs. The SEO best practices around this, make sure you use descriptive, keyword-rich alt text for accessibility and SEO and image search. Make sure to name the files descriptively. So don't just name the file 123.webp. No, name it like dog catching baseball in air.webp if that's an image of that. Further compress the WebP images using tools like TinyPNG, and that will help reduce that size even more. The future of WebP. So even though it's continued to be supported by Google and there's continued enhancements with this file format, there are a potential emergence of new formats like the AVIF along with WebP, so have a look out for that. But WebP is the current standard for web kind of images and optimized for SEO. So let's go through some quick FAQs and get your questions answered. So can all browsers display WebP? Most modern browsers support it, but make sure to include fallback formats for older ones. Another question is, how do I convert existing images to WebP? We covered that earlier, but just to recap, image tools like ImageMagick, Photoshop, other image softwares, and online converters can help a lot. Does WebP support transparency? Yes, it does. It supports alpha channels for transparent backgrounds like PNG does. Can using WebP harm my SEO? Well, actually no, because it enhances the SEO by improving the page speed and user experience. And then how can I check WebP effectiveness on my site? We covered this using tools like Google Page Speed Insights or GTmetrix for performance analysis. So thank you so much for watching this video about WebP images for SEO. If you do have any questions, please comment below and we'll answer them as soon as possible. And yeah, do check out Hike SEO. It's an AI-enhanced, AI-powered SEO platform for beginners in mind. It's also for agencies, and some exciting features are always being added to it to make it even more automated, even more easier, and even more higher performance for your SEO needs. So check it out. Sign up below. There's a link in the description, and we'll see you there. Take care.